Saturday 24th of August 2024, and where are we this morning?
We're at Barry Island.
So Barry Island, a brand new parkrun for us. I think it's about the 14th or 15th one we've done in Wales. I'll put all the Welsh parkruns we've done up on the screen now. So we're down in Wales because I'm racing in Cardiff, that direction I think, later this evening. So because Dawn has a free pass this morning, what are you going to be doing?
I thought I might attempt the female 60 course record, but it's an attempt.
How do we know what the female course record is?
Well, there's some kind people who actually have a 5k app for us to look at, and on there you can find out what the records are. So I recommend downloading the 5k app. There's lots of stats on there that you can look at.
And what is the female 60 course record currently at the Barry Island parkrun?
Well, it stands at 23:40, and I thought, firstly I thought the parkrun was flat, but when we looked at a video last night, there is actually some quite long drags.
I think it goes up that hill up there.
Yeah.
So although it's a seafront parkrun and it's promenade, it's not your normal out back, out back, out back. It's out and up and up and up and back.
Yeah, so I might not get it, but you know, got to give it a go, haven't you?
So it has been raining quite heavily overnight, and the first part of the course on these slabs is quite slippery.
Yeah, and I've chosen to wear the alpha flies, so I'm just hoping I don't slip slide across the tiles.
To be honest, the Adizero Pro 3s with their continental rubber grip are still sliding as well, so I don't think trainer choice makes much difference. Clacton on Sea does one of those.
Yeah.
We're able to find public toilets open a couple of hundred yards from the start area.
I used to come to Barry Island when I was a child, and I'd forgotten how pretty the area was.
So just on the warm up now, what beautiful views. So we've done a few coastal parkruns in our time, normally flat out and back. We managed to park right by the seafront down there. There is parking here, I think it's called Nell's Point, pay and display. It's only like 200 yards walk to the start. We managed to park by the amusement arcades. That's free for 2 hours, but quite limited amount of spaces. Barry Island, well known for its amusement park there. Also, I think everybody knows, it was where Gavin and Stacey was filmed. So Barry Island Parkrun normally attracts between 150 and 250 runners, and today was event number 403. We're back corporate today, Fast Tracks vest, thanks Terry. Long sleeves for me, although it is really warm. Doesn't look it, but it is. Looks like the TARDIS.
So if you are going to give a parkrun a full send, you need to have a good warm-up and also give it the full range of activation and drills.
Yeah, you don't want your parkrun PB attempt or course record attempt to be derailed by a pulled hamstring because you failed to warm up properly. So Barry Island Parkrun has been on the go since 2015, and looking back to the archives, we saw the first female finisher here was one Clara Evans, who finished in the top 50 in the recent Olympic women's marathon. And we're off, and whilst I sit back and run around at about 27-minute pace, Dawn is going to take you around the full course with a point of view camera Insta 360 attached to her.
So yes, I set off with intention. I knew what pace I needed to run because John had informed me before the start. He always makes sure that I'm aware of what I need to run. So I felt quite strong at the beginning. I was very controlled. I followed behind the guys that were in front of me. I was quite surprised actually to find myself the first female at this point, but I thought somebody will come past me at some point in the run because there were others who were just behind me when we set off. Anyhow, along here you can see it's quite wet, it was a little bit slippery, and I was just holding back slightly because I was frightened of slipping. I wanted to get a feel for what it felt like without having to take any risks, and I just settled into a pace. I felt I was running controlled but hard. So here we're just about to turn, and it's quite a sharp turn, so we have to take particular care that we don't slip. We're just about to go up an incline. You can see there's a guy in front of me with a buggy. I'm glad I wasn't pushing a buggy up there, I can tell you. Anyhow, yes, here we go, and I pushed particularly hard up here because I think if I could just grab a few seconds, yes, because I thought there may be some congestion later on in the run. So I pushed here as I knew the paths were clear.
So from down on the promenade, I can see Dawn's doing quite well. You can see the guy in the buggy, you can see her in the light shorts, and then if we look a little bit behind, the fella in orange here, he's a 23-minute pacer, so Dawn is already ahead of 23-minute pace. Remember, her target is 23:40.
As you can see from the water on the lens, which I do apologise for, it was raining quite heavy for the first start of the park run, but I was really enjoying myself. I was loving running hard. It was really good to just be flowing along. I knew I was inside my target pace because I had a little sneaky look at my watch.
Yeah, Dawn's target at that 23:40 was 4:44 per kilometre, and she passed kilometre 1 in 4:28, so 16 seconds up already.
So on this section of the course you can see that it's quite a narrow path, and I'd watched a video which did show runners come in the opposite direction and it can actually get quite congested, so I was taking advantage at this point to push on as best I could. On this part of the course you really do get some really fantastic views of the coast. So up until now it's been a gentle uphill all the way, but then all of a sudden we turn really sharp left and you can see it's a really steep up, and you can see the gentleman in front of me really working hard with that buggy. Well done him. So then another sharp left and you're really out of puff at this point, and I gather myself and chase after the guy who's got the buggy. Yeah, so we've done like a little bit of a triangle now, and we're aiming to go down back onto the path that I've just come down, but that's where we'll meet the other runners coming up the course. You can just see we're about to turn right.
Yeah, I just managed to get to the bottom end of that triangle, as you can see, to see Dawn going back towards the start area. So yeah, a bit of an odd park run for me this, because normally I'm either running for a time trial, a time, or I'm running with Dawn. So I'm running on my own with no particular purpose. But I was tracking the 27-minute pacer, so in the spirit of parkrun camaraderie. What's your name? Just like to point out here, we'd actually spoken previous to that. I just didn't randomly run it behind him and ask him what his name was, because that'd be rude. Luke, I'm pacing 27 minutes.
Yeah.
On a course that seems to rise a lot in the first mile.
Up and down, up and down. There's a lot of variation.
Is this your regular parkrun?
It is, yeah.
Lovely one.
It is nice, but unfortunately you came on a bad day. It's normally a bit sunny. It's known as Barry Bados.
Yes, that's in one of the shops saying that.
Thank you.
So yes, here you can see the runners coming towards me, and as we're going back down to the start area to start the second lap, you can see that we're taking the right hand side, which is a bit of rough trail. There's no real congestion, you can get past really easily. As soon as I was able to, I'd jump onto the tarmac bit, and that would give me a bit extra speed because you slow down a bit when you're on the rough stuff. But we're soon back onto the nice smooth tarmac and moving quite smoothly down towards, as I said, the area where we're going to turn to do another lap. I did kilometre 2 a little bit faster in 4:26.
So that put Dawn through 2k on 8:54, or 34 seconds ahead of that female 60 record pace.
So here we're going down some beautifully smooth tarmac, and on our right you can see some lovely gardens, but we're just going to approach what is a very sharp left, and because it was very wet I really had to slow quite a lot here. So carefully around the bend, and then I really did pick up my pace, and I really made the most of the lovely flat esplanade. Although it was wet, actually I wasn't really feeling any slippage at this point. So yeah, pushing on for the turnaround point to head back for the second lap. There was some lovely support from the marshals giving us a clap as we turned to go on to our second lap. So I was still feeling very strong here, I was feeling quite confident, and because I knew what was to come, I knew where I was going to push and I knew where I was going to ease off, so I just settled in for the rest of the run. So yes, I was feeling quite confident as I looked and saw that my third kilometre was 4:24.
So that took Dawn through 3 kilometres in 13 minutes and 18 seconds, now 54 seconds ahead of that female 60 record schedule.
I had worried at first that it was going to be quite congested on the second lap, but do you know what? The course organisation and the flow was really good. So yeah, I'm really into pace now and I'm really enjoying it, and again I'm back to enjoying those coastal views. A very energetic and enthusiastic Marshall here, giving us positive vibes to complete the hill that's just about to come. So this section is really steep and I really struggled up here on the second lap, but luckily it's only a short section, but I can tell you by the time I got to the top I was really feeling it. But I soon got my breath back, and yes, I was pushing on for that 4th kilometre and hopefully the female 60 record.
So here I am, alert as ever, camera at the ready to capture this footage.
I did, however, slow on the 4th kilometre. I did 4:32. I think it was that nasty little hill. Not too worried because there's a nice down slope here and I can pick up the pace. However, I was aware we did have that left-hand turn at the bottom and I knew I was going to have to slow there. But at this stage, I actually was feeling really strong and I had a lot of running left in my legs. So I ran the final turn, taking it easy around there, but once I was out of that turn, I really picked up the pace. I concentrated on my form, kept my head high, legs high, and powered down towards the finish. There was some lovely support as I crossed the line in first female finisher, which I was really surprised about, but very happy with. And I'd also achieved the target I'd set out for. So I was delighted to finish in 22:12 at Barry Island Parkrun, taking the female 60 record.
So I think this next bit really summarises what parkrun's all about. You've got Luke there guiding in his charges, so a sub 27, excellent pacing there. Luke, you got Dawn waving excitedly that she'd hit her target. You've got all the volunteers here doing the scanning, the people out on the course, making sure everybody was safe and had encouragement all throughout the course. Parkrun really is for everybody, whether you want to stand and encourage and marshal, like this lady here did so enthusiastically, whether you want to pace people around to their PBs, or whether you want to turn up and run and chase for a time. Parkrun really is for everybody, and that's the wonderful thing about it, and long may it continue in that vein. Parkrun is all about the wonderful people who turn up week in, week out to run, walk, jog and volunteer. So well done everybody who turned up at Barry Island Parkrun today. So we hope you've enjoyed watching this video as much as we enjoyed running Barry Island Parkrun and making the video. And indeed as much as I enjoyed running past these pirates here. If you have enjoyed the video, please give it a like, and if you'd like to see our further parkrun journeys around the country and other races and training we do, then please subscribe to the channel. So until next time, keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.